All right, our second example with the notes um, is you being asked to factor 6x squared plus 1x minus 2. We're going to go through the steps one more time. Now that we have that out of the way. In this example, we got to figure out what A is. A is 6, B is 1, and C is negative 2. Remember, if there's nothing in front of the coefficient, that's a 1. But you guys don't have problems with that. That's pretty easy. Include the negative sign, which you do. Step number 1 is multiply A and C. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. List the facts of answer number 1. We have 3 facts of 12. We're going to ignore the negative for now, and we'll deal with the negative when we get to step number 3. But the 3 facts of 12 are 1 and 12, 3 and 4, and 2 and 6. One of these facts we'll be using. Step number 3 is figure out which facts will add or subtract to letter B. Letter B is, I'm sorry, B equals 1, which is right here. So one of these 2 facts will add up to 1. Well, 1 and 12 will never add up or subtract to 1. Excuse me. 2 and 6 will give you a 4 or an 8. So it's got to be 3 and 4 or subtract to it. Let's see now. I know my answer is going to be negative 12, so we got to figure out what multiplies to negative 12. Well, I'll erase in a second, but I know that some form of 3 and 4, either negative 3 times 4 or 3 times negative 4, both will give me negative 12. But which one will also add up to positive 1? Well, if I do negative 3 plus 4, if I were to do this, I would get 1. But if I were to do 3 plus negative 4, I would get negative 1. So that means the answer I'm looking for has to be negative 3 and 4. I'm listing them in and like an ordered pair, but they're not an ordered pair. I just need a way to say I'm using a negative 3 and a negative 4, and a 4 rather. So I list them with common, but they aren't ordered pairs. Step number 4 is you're making 2 fractions. The value of A, which is 6, is going to go on top for both of them. And then the answer for number 3, both of them will go underneath. So the first one I'll put a negative 3, and the second one I'll put a positive 4. Then I have to reduce it, but when I reduce it, 2 things have to happen. You have to keep it as a fraction, and you have to keep the negative in the correct spot. So if I divide 6 and negative 3, I normally get negative 2, but I'm going to keep it as 2 and negative 1, because I need that negative 1 there for the binomial. The second one, if I reduce 6 and 4, I'll get 3 and 2. If you're unsure, you're allowed to use your calculator to reduce that, or just know that they break down. The last part is writing your fraction. Writing your binomials. Fraction. So this first part, this would be with the 2, so it's 2x. And because this is negative 1, the part of my binomial will be a minus 1. After that, this is going to be the 3x for the second one. I don't know why this thing stopped all of a sudden. 3 doesn't allow me to write. Maybe it's, oh, I keep moving this. This should be a 3. Wow. I can be a real spaz, can't I? Go away. This should be a 3x, and this will be a plus 2. Alright, and to check it, I'm going to graph it again. In fact, I don't know if you guys have graphing calculators at home, so I'm going to pull up Desmos. Alright, if you don't know what Desmos is, it's spelled D-E-S-M-O-S, and that's it allows you to graph things. It's like a free graphing calculator. So I'm going to go there. We're going to graph the 2 equations I had, because all of you have access to this one. Now, what was the answer? Was that it? 2x minus 1. Oh, the first problem was 6x squared plus 1x minus 2. So, 6x squared. 6x squared, I forgot already, plus x. plus x minus 2, and that will show me what that quadrant, and you can see it over here on the right hand side. I'm going to put the other one in. I'm going to put parentheses in, and I said that one was 2x minus 1 and 3x plus 2. So 2x minus 1 and 3x plus 2, I think. I'm awful at remembering these things. 3x plus 2. And 3x plus 2. And once you finish it, it'll graph it automatically. Now, there are clearly, and here's the cool thing about this. If I, right now it's blue. If I unhighlight that one, that's the red one, which is the 6x squared plus x minus 2. But if I click it back, it'll make that one blue, and it goes on top of it. I have to click this one and get rid of it. So because there is only one quadratic on here, but there are clearly two equations. Hold on, allow me to draw in there. Then I'm certain it's correct. So that's your answer.